what is unmasking? Well, unmasking is, I guess it's like the act of removing the false or even the protective layer that you've had for so long in order to expose what's really there. Now, when people think of masking, they think of, oh, you're just a character, you're just an actor, you're just pretending, you're performing, you're pretending to be somebody who you never were. Well, when it comes to people who are neurodivergent, who've never actually really felt like they've been able to be their true self, the reason is we live in a neurotypical world, and so you spend your whole life from, in my case, 0 to 41 being told, you know, you need to do this, you need to fit in this box, you don't speak like that, you do this, like, and it's just this whole set of rules and limitations and everything you've been told your whole life in order for you to fit in with the norms. But the thing is, neurodivergent people are on a whole different spectrum, and that's why they call it the spectrum. I don't know if that's why they call it the spectrum, but it goes well with what I'm saying. It's important for us to authentically be us, and sometimes that makes neurotypical people uncomfortable. You know, I know even as I've been unmasking, I can see in some spaces that I have made people uncomfortable, but I'm also, you know, I guess I'm grieving and I'm healing as well, because I see all these moments in my life where people have gone, oh, you know when you said that, you shouldn't have said that, or, you know, when you acted that way, it's just immature, or when you've done this, and it's like, I'm sorry I didn't fit your boxes, but now I look back and it frustrates me, because, yeah, I don't know, it's just frustrating. Unmasking to me also is, you know, like I say in my bio, being authentically you. What does it look like to be authentically you? Not the person that people tell you should be, not the person that you were brought up to be, but the person that you really are. And how do you work that out? Well, you know, it depends. Are you a believer of something? Do you are you a follower of faith? Are you do you have passions? Do you have desires? Are there things in your life like pain and trauma and things from the past that are holding you back from being able to see clearly into the person you are? Maybe there's gifts and talents and things that are hidden inside of you that you've not yet discovered. Maybe there's, I don't know, there's so many things, and being authentically you for me looks like unmasking. And so for me here, I'm unmasking. I'm, number one, not coming with all the bells and whistles. I've already said it, you know, I don't need filters, I don't need all of that. Yes, I'm 41 and I'm understanding that, you know, one day you might get Amy in work mode with makeup on, another day you might get gym Amy with no makeup on, another day you might get I'm regulating in bed and I don't even really want to show up. Whatever it is, that's what you get. You know, you get what you get, and that's fine. And that's me being unmasked. There's no need to perform, there's no need to try and get it perfect or right. You know, I'm noticing a lot lately too that as I'm listening to podcasts and things, people are talking and I'm like, you sound like ChatGPT. And so there's no ChatGPT here. I was sharing with someone the other day, I do use ChatGPT as a it helps me. I put my ideas into ChatGPT and it helps me build the bones and elaborate on things, but it doesn't take my speech, it doesn't take my language, it doesn't, you know, I'm not using their ideas. Anyway, so what you get is just me in, you know, whatever way, unmasked, raw, real, and authentic. So yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm going to be sharing these videos, but I think at least once a week I'm going to be sharing something and sharing things about my journey. You know, I've got things about health and fitness, I've got things about, you know, neurodiversity, I've got things about, you know, living in balance with your body, your soul, your spirit, things about faith, things about parenting, I don't know, so many different things. So yeah, it'll just be as whatever I do. So yeah, hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, whenever you're listening to this. And yeah, I want to encourage you, you know, take one step today to be authentically you. whatever it is, you know, it might look like just taking off a mask. It might look like showing up in a space, being who you want to be, not being the person you're obligated to be, not being the you that the world demands, but being the you that you were created. You know, you have been created with purpose. And, you know, it's not, I'm not saying to not love, and I'm not saying not to honor, but I'm saying learn who you are, because you can't be anything to anybody until you actually fully understand, truly, authentically who you are. Awesome. Thanks, guys.